From the very first touch of the ball, Neymar da Silva Santos Jr. seems to be playing a different sport. Where others merely control the ball, he converses with it, every flick and drag a word in a language only he and the ball truly understand. Fans who have watched him live describe a peculiar hush that falls across a stadium just before he accelerates, as though everyone senses they might witness a piece of football sorcery. Neymar's magic isn't simply about tricks, it's a complete philosophy of creativity, improvisation, and fearless joy. The street DNA. Growing up in the city of Mogi das Cruzes in São Paulo state, Neymar absorbed the raw energy of Brazilian street football. On those narrow pitches, often improvised between parked cars or on small futsal courts, there's no time to think, only to react. Space is scarce, defenders press tight, and flair isn't decoration, it's survival. This crucible shaped the low center of gravity, lightning acceleration, and kaleidoscopic dribbling repertoire that still define his game. The step-overs, elasticos, and sudden stop-and-go moves we see today are direct descendants of those early battles where a single fake meant freedom. The dribble as art. Neymar's dribbling is not just a way to get past opponents, it is performance art. Watch the subtle feint of his shoulders, the deceptive shift of weight, the way he lulls a defender into believing the ball will roll one way before snapping it the other with a whisper of his instep. He combines the samba rhythm of Ronaldinho with the sharp edges of futsal great Falcao, creating a style that is uniquely his own. Analysts often try to break it down mechanically, step count, angle of approach, center of mass displacement, but numbers can't quantify the instinct behind a rainbow flick executed at full speed. Consider the 2015 Copa del Rey final, when he embarrassed Athletic Bilbao's defense with a casual sombrero flick near the corner flag. It wasn't merely a highlight, it was a statement that football can still be playful at the highest level. The move sparked debates about disrespect, but for Neymar it was pure expression, the kind of creativity that keeps the sport alive. Balance of chaos and control. What makes Neymar especially mesmerizing is his ability to thrive in chaos while maintaining absolute control. He invites defenders to close in, almost daring them to dive in for a tackle. At the very moment a leg stretches to poke the ball, he shifts, an extra touch, a burst of acceleration, and the opponent is left clutching air. This balance is more than agility, it's a profound understanding of timing and physics. He reads the defender's hips and eyes, predicting their move a fraction of a second before it happens. Sports scientists have studied his reaction time and found it nearly preternatural. Where an average professional player might process a defender's movement in 200 milliseconds, Neymar seems to act in half that span. It explains how he can change direction so quickly without telegraphing his intentions. Vision and creativity. Neymar's artistry isn't limited to one-on-one duels. His passing vision and sense of space amplify his dribbling threat. Because defenders are so preoccupied with stopping his runs, he frequently uses a sudden cutback or no-look pass to release a teammate. In Barcelona's famous MSN trio with Lionel Messi and Luis Suarez, this instinct turned into a lethal weapon. A feint to the left, a defender committed, and suddenly Suarez or Messi was through on goal. His 2014-2017 period at Barca remains a masterclass in how an individual genius can empower a collective system. Resilience under pressure. Critics sometimes point to Neymar's theatrical falls or his occasional clashes with referees, but those moments obscure his resilience. He has endured brutal challenges from defenders determined to break his rhythm. Ligue 1 matches with Paris Saint-Germain often became battles of attrition, with opponents resorting to heavy fouls to stop him. Yet he continues to return, reinventing his approach after injuries and adapting to tactical shifts. The courage to keep taking risks, knowing a harsh tackle might await, is a form of bravery often overlooked. Cultural icon. Beyond the pitch, Neymar is a cultural force. His style, vivid hair colors, dance celebrations, social media presence, mirrors the expressive freedom of his play. Young players worldwide copy his rainbow flicks and elasticos on playgrounds and in viral clips. To them, Neymar represents football as a canvas for creativity rather than just a results-driven job. In an era when analytics and rigid tactics dominate, his artistry reminds fans why they fell in love with the game. Signature moments. Throughout his career, signature moments illustrate this magic. 2011 Santos vs. Flamengo, the Puskas winning solo goal where he dribbled half the field, blending lightning pace with balletic control. 2014 World Cup group stage, 4 goals and countless dazzling dribbles that carried Brazil's hopes before his unfortunate injury. 2017 PSG debut season, a 4-goal, 2-assist explosion against Dijon that showed League One defenses what awaited them. 2020 Champions League run, with Kylian Mbappé sidelined, Neymar orchestrated PSG's attack almost single-handedly, displaying leadership alongside artistry. Each of these moments reinforces the truth: Neymar doesn't merely play, he stages spectacles. The essence of his magic. Why does Neymar feel different even among the elite? Perhaps because he treats football less like a structured sport and more like music. His movements have rhythm, his dribbles are verses, his sudden accelerations are choruses that bring the crowd to its feet. He reminds us that the game's soul lies in improvisation. Statistics, goals, assists, expected threat, capture only a fraction of his impact. The rest lives in the gasp of a defender left behind, the roar of fans when he nutmegs an opponent, the wide-eyed joy of a child watching his first Neymar highlight reel. As part 1 of Neymar's story closes, one truth shines: his magic is not a trick or a fleeting highlight. It is an attitude, a celebration of creativity born on Brazil's streets and displayed on the world's grandest stages. To watch Neymar is to witness football's poetic heart, a reminder that the beautiful game earns its name not through efficiency, but through art.